Welcome everyone to another Shabbat Night Talk. My name is Uzziel Lewi, one of the teachers at Congregation d.c.b. Thanking the Creator of heaven and earth for all things and everything, food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Grateful to the mighty King for life, knowledge, and understanding. And also thanking the Most High God for the Shabbat day, a day of rest, that He gave unto all mankind to rest and to cease from working, from doing any kind of laborious work. And it's a day of complete rest before the Creator of heaven and earth. I'm grateful to this mighty King that I'm able to be here with you all and be able to share my thoughts, and that you guys even welcome me to your homes as I do. I try to do every Shabbat Erev, and trying to bring understanding and wisdom. Sometimes I play music, sometimes I speak, depending on how the Most High God moves me. That's usually how I do. So if you're new, welcome. For those of you who are ones that keep coming on and that come on a weekly basis, shalom to you all. Praying that the Most High God be with you all and protect you. I know I'm on kind of late tonight, but I did kind of want to do something real briefly. I wanted to answer a question that someone left online in regards to the calendars or the calendar that we use. So I just want to go through a little explanation to explain to people that might not know about the Hebrew calendar that we use. The Hebrew calendar that we use is the Hebrew calendar that it's said that Rabbi Hillel was the one who constructed Hillel II was the one who constructed the calendar in the fourth century Common Era, and there were the marcations, and he came up with the times and the adjustments as to for the leap years, because the lunar calendar, the Hebrew calendar is measured by the moon, meaning we look at the moon, we celebrate the new moon, and those are the days that we use. Oh, that's how we count month to month. Every time the moon, how does it go? The moon revolves around the sun, and the earth spins on its axis. It takes approximately 29 and a half days, 29 and a half days to 30 days for that to happen, and that consists of a moon, of a month. I mean, the calendar that we use here in America is the Gregorian calendar. That calendar is how do you say it? Is I'm tired. That's why it's not coming to my mind. That calendar is dictated by the sun, the earth rotating right around the sun, and it takes 365 days for the earth to rotate around the sun, right? So the moon, the Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar, right? 365 days. The lunar calendar, the Hebrew calendar, is dictated by the moon, and that takes about give or take 354 to 355 days, depending whether or not there's a leap year. So therefore, in a 19-year period, um, we have to add a 13th month or second Adar in order to. You brought my glasses and my tablet. What did you say? It's too loud? Oh, okay. They can't hear me? All right. So let me turn, maybe I need to turn it up over here. Yeah, so I hope that everyone can hear me. But yeah, because our calendar is dictated by the sun's rotation around the earth, which takes 29 and a half to 30 days in a year. We're off by 11 days basically every year, so we have to make an adjustment in the calendar so that the holy days come in their times and their seasons, so that Pesach comes in during barley harvest, so that certain things happen in its season, because these things, barley harvest comes during the time on the season of Pesach. Bro, can you take it out for me? My tablet and my glasses. I hope that everyone could hear me and understand what I'm saying. So, excuse that. Someone is texting me here. We can't hear you. I hope everyone, can you check there and see if they can hear me now? Oh, so you turned it up now? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic check. All right. Oh, my son, can you check to see? I think I left a calendar, our Hebrew calendar with Cohen Levy's picture in it. Look, underneath, you see right here, look, the AC on top of this AC. Look. Thank you, sir. So, I just want to go through this explanation quick tonight. I hope that you can hear me now. Ima Havaret, thank you for reaching out to me. So, like I said, let me read some of this stuff for you, because I got a very interesting question this past week on the d.c.b channel. Someone left a comment. Right now, we went through Aviv, right? The month of Aviv. Let me see. There's a calendar we get made every year. Brother is gracious enough to make these calendars for us, and these are the calendars that we get made, or that he makes for us voluntarily. So we got the month of Aviv. Then we got the month of Ziv, or Ziv, as people would say. Then we got the month of Siwan. This is the month that we're in right now, the month of Siwan. So right now we're in the 13th of Siwan. No, we're in the 20th of Siwan. Sorry about that. And then usually in the regular Hebrew calendar, this month, and I want y'all to see it, right? The brother create the calendar. Usually the following month after the month that we're in, Siwan or Sivan. Usually, and when you look at any regular Hebrew calendar, it will say Tammuz. So why do we have Zocher? So, okay, the story is that this man right here, Corn Levy, Ben Levy Beta, Most High God bless his memory, when he saw the calendar, he and he saw that it was Tammuz. Tammuz is a Babylonian god, right? So the story is that when we came out of Babylon, we came out with also with with the names of the month and the calendar, right? So Tammuz, being a Babylonian god, would not be acceptable for us to make mentions out of other gods or foreign gods out of our mouths. So this man, Corn Levy, named the month that we normally call Tammuz, so the fourth month in the Hebrew calendar, right? You got Abib, you got Ziv, you got Siwan, and Tammuz would generally be the fourth month in the Hebrew calendar. But like I said, Corn Levy said we cannot use the name of false gods. So he changed the name of the month, or he made a change and said we're not going to call it Tammuz because we can't make mentions, which I'm doing right now and I'm not supposed to be doing, but just to be clear so that people could understand. And I could answer the brother's question because he asked what months follows. I think he was trying to see if we, because we follow the Hebrew calendar, that we will follow the name Tammuz. But as you can see, Zocher. Zocher means to remember. And he said the reason why he changed it to Zocher is, as the legend goes, is he changed it to Zocher because he wanted Israelites to remember not to mention the name of foreign gods. Very, how do you say it? Very witty and a very understanding thing to do, all right? So rename the month Zocher because he didn't want Israelites to say the name of a foreign god. So that's the answer for that, brother. But I want to get a little bit more in depth into the calendar and what is it that we follow, because there are some differences in what we do and certain things that we follow. Okay? Even within the Israelite community, people that come from different schools might have different understanding. Not big differences, but different in understandings as far as New Year and what is the New Year and when is the New Year and so forth and so on. So I'm going to tell you the differences, and I'm going to tell you how certain people look at certain things. Let me see. Let me make sure I get everything right over here. It says, the months of the Hebrew year are lunar in nature. Unlike the months of the Gregorian solar year, that is a norm in the world today. The months of the Hebrew year reflect the phases of the moon. Like I told you earlier, we go strictly by a lunar cycle, not by a solar cycle. That's how the Hebrew calendar is set up. It says, this can be seen most clearly in the length of the months. Whereas the months of the Gregorian calendar vary in length between 28 and 31 days in order to make a solar year of 365 years, or in leap years 366. So the leap year usually is, they said people who are born on was that February 29th could also have two birthdays, right? March 1st, February 29th. So when you add that 29th day to February, um, then that becomes the leap year. That's the added day, which will make the year 366 days. So that's the leap year. I hope I said that right. Um, the months of the Hebrew year are either 29 or 30 days long. This reflects the fact that a lunar month is 29.5 days in length, and the months always must begin with the new moon. So the months for us always begin with the new moon, and that is when we begin our months, right? It doesn't have to do with a day of the week or day of the week. It goes with the cycle of the moon, all right? That's when our months begin. So a year of 12 lunar months, however, is some 11 days shorter than a solar year. So like I told y'all, a lunar year would generally have 11 days shorter than a regular solar year. So we have to make adjustments. It says, in order to ensure that various seasonally based holidays or holy days in the Hebrew calendar continue to occur at the correct season, the rabbis developed a system over time that allowed them to coordinate their lunar months with the solar year by inserting a leap month at the end of the year 7 times in every 19-year cycle. So a leap month, or the second Adar, is generally inserted every 3 to 2 years, depending on when the breakdown of the years are in a 19-year cycle, in order for the seasons and the times to come in they right season. The times and the holy days to come in they right seasons. Like Pesach always has to be around the barley harvest. Shavuot is always around the wheat harvest. You know, the last gathering is Sukkot, so forth and so on. And they have to coincide with the months that they fall into. So we had to make an adjustment because the Most High God gave us the sun, the moon, the stars of the heavens for times and for seasons, right? So all this is correlation or correlates with each other, but we followed a lunar calendar. But in having the lunar calendar, there was also the brightest star in the universe, which is the sun, that we in our universe, which is the sun, and we have to account for that also. So somewhere along the line, we had to make an adjustment so that we don't be out of whack with the seasons, and it wouldn't be like some Israelites that celebrate Pesach in the middle of the winter, or because they don't make any adjustments. Just like the Muslims, when they celebrate Ramadan could fall in the middle of the winter some years, and it could fall in the middle of the summer, it could fall in fall, spring, because they don't make adjustments. But we understand that there has to be certain harvests during certain seasons, so we have to make an adjustment to the days so that everything will fall in season. And our forefathers were wise enough to understand that and to know that, because we had to make these things work so that we could be in the right season to observe the holy days that the Most High God left for us on record. So I hope I'm making sense to all of you. Let me check the stream, make sure that everything is up and running. So when we get to, let me keep reading, all right? Inserting a leap month at the end of the year 7 times in every 19-year cycle. This is now fixed in the 3rd, 6th, 8th, 11th, 14th, 17th, and 19 years of the cycle. Although this is traditionally ascribed to Rabbi Hillel II in the 4th century Common Era, it is probable that the system in use today developed slowly during the course of the mid to late first millennium. So, although Rabbi Hillel gets the credit for the adjustments in the calendar as to the leap years, they saying that basically this might have been something that happened at the turn of the 1st century, right? That the rabbis and the people were already making these adjustments because they understood that Pesach had to come in and Abib had to come in a certain season of the year, which is spring, right? Abib means budding forth. It means, spring forth. So it makes sense that during that time is when we get our first, ripened barley and our first of whatever it is that we're going to consume. So it has to coincide. It says here, in order to further fine-tune their calculations, the rabbis determined that the months of what they call Nisan, Siwan, Ab, and Tishrei. I'm just reading what they have here. We're going to go through these months and give you what some of these months are already in the Tanakh and how we kept it in this calendar that we have, this personal calendar that we have, so that we won't be confused. And Shabbat are always 30 days long. Iyar, Tammuz, Elul, right? I already told you about Tammuz, right? But just for reading purposes, I'm going to read what's on the paper. Tammuz, Elul, Tevet, and Adar are always 29 days long. Chesvan and Kislev are either 29 or 30 days in length. In a leap year, there are 2 months of Adar. When that occurs, Adar the first is 30 days long, and Adar the second is 29. A short Hebrew year, therefore, consists of 353 to 355 days, while a leap year varies between 383 and 385 days. So leap years obviously are going to be more because you're adding 29 more days, right? So this is what it's telling you, that the leap year is going to even surpass a solar calendar year by almost 20 or 20 days. Okay, because we have to make the adjustments so that our holy days fall in the right season. Babylonian origins of the months' names. Very important. The names that we use for the Hebrew months are actually Babylonian in origin and were adopted by the Hebrews at the time of the Babylonian exile in the 6th century BCE. So around 600 before the Common Era, when we were in captivity in Babylon, that's when we adopted the names of the month. The Bible indicates that until then, the months were oftentimes called simply by their numerical position in the year. First month, second month, etc., etc. So basically, before Babylon, we were just saying the first month, second month. Some months already had names. Not all the months knowingly, but as we go through the Tanakh, I'm going to show you some of these months that already had names from the Tanakh and where we get this calendar comes into play, right? How we made those adjustments in trying to keep the names that our forefathers had for the months that we could find out. And then we kept some of the months that came with the original Hebrew calendar because they didn't imply any God's name or whatever, but the one that did, we removed it and we substituted with our own name, right? So that we will be in compliance with Torah. I hope I'm making sense to everyone, and I hope that everyone is gaining understanding, which is the most important thing. So it reads here, the Bible indicates that I read that part already. just as the days of the week, with the exception of Shabbat, still are in Hebrew. In addition, the Bible does record some ancient names for the months that disappeared once the Hebrews adopted the Babylonian names. These include the now forgotten months of Bul and Aviv, among others. The Gezer calendar from the 10th century BCE, arguably the oldest Hebrew inscription ever discovered, refers to the months according to the agricultural activities associated with them. So do your research on the Gezer calendar. It's spelled Gezer, right? And you could do research on that and see what the names of the months were during that time and how people recognized them. So now I would like to go to so now go to some scriptures. Abib is the first month, right? It's the beginning of months that the Most High God commanded when we was coming out of Egypt. So I just want to go to the book of Exodus chapter 12. So the first month has a name, Abib. We know it as Abib, as I had here in the calendar. And it reads, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Now let's go on and see. As you can see, it called it the beginning of months unto you. Exodus 13:4. It says, this day came ye out in the month of Abib. So that's how we recognize the first month, right? When we came out of Egypt, the month was called Abib, which was the beginning of months unto us. So that is our new year, the month of Abib. Not January, and we do not celebrate our new year on the 7th month. Because the Most High God told us that. But at least this faction of Israel does not, the school that I come from. We do not say Shana Tova during the 7th month. We say Shana Tova during the first month, which was commanded in Torah. All right? Not trying to offend anyone, just telling you how we keep it. Let's see here. Also, Deuteronomy 16, verse 1, it reads, the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy God, for in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. All right? So, once again, confirms that the month of Abib is the beginning of months. When we was leaving Egypt, it was a new beginning for us. So naturally, it makes sense that that would be our new year. And it coincides with the barley harvest, new springing forth, so forth and so on. It says here, I hope that that's clear. So Abib generally comes in like the end of March into April. Sometimes it comes into April. So now we have the month of Ziv. Right? We have the month of Ziv. As you can see, I'm tired here, but I wanted to get through this explanation. So now, where can we find the month of Ziv in the Tanakh? See if we could find it. 1 Kings 6:1. And it came to pass in the 480th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month of Ziv, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of Jehovah. So the Tanakh showed us that Ziv is the 2nd month of the year. So the months, eventually our forefathers put names on the months, all right? Let me see here. Now, Ziv means brightness, right? Ziv means brightness. So now, we got that. That's the 2nd month. So let's see what the 3rd month is. Siwan, right? In the Hebrew calendars that you see, they're going to say Sivan. But it's Siwan. When you see the right spelling of it is going to have the wav rather than a vate, so it's Siwan. It says here. This is during the time of Esther. We know the history of Esther. So it says, then were the king's scribes called at that time in the 3rd month, that is the month Siwan, on the 23rd day thereof, and it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded unto the Hebrews, or the Israelites, and to the lieutenants and the deputies, rules of the provinces which are from India unto Ethiopia, 127 provinces, unto every province according to the writing thereof. So it's talking about Mordecai. After the power was given to him over the house of Haman, and here is recognized that the 3rd month is the month of Siwan. Siwan, not Sivan, but Siwan. So Siwan means their covering. Their covering. So that's the 3rd month, Siwan. The 4th month, as it is written, like I told you in the calendar, the original Hebrew calendar that we came out of Babylon from, and that our forefathers carried on through years, and then the European took and ran away with it, originally was named Tammuz. But Tammuz is the name of a foreign god. So now, let's see here. In the Tanakh, Tammuz is mentioned by number, meaning the month, the 4th month, but is never mentioned by name. Tammuz, you're never going to hear that Tammuz as being the month of the year. But like I told you, this man right here, Uzziel Lewi, Ben Yisrael, may the Most High God bless his memory, changed the month of Tammuz to Zokir, which means to remember. To remember what? Not to mention the name of the false god. So now we got here. We got the 5th month, which is the month of Av. Av. The month of Av, as you can see, Av. I hope everyone could see it clearly, the month of Av. Now, Av is another one of those months that's mentioned by number, but not by name. So, Av means father, right? Av or Abi, right? My father, Abi. Av is father. That's what Av means. So, like I said, it's not mentioned in the Tanakh by name, just by number, right? Which is the 5th month. But, like I said, these other names came out from Babylon, and that's where we brought them from, right? Some names remain the same as in the Tanakh. Some names change, but we put back the names that are in the Tanakh in this calendar so that we could be safe, all right? So no Tammuz in this calendar. Let me see. The 6th month is Elul. 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 6th month, Elul. So now, Elul. The time when the war was finished in Jerusalem in the time of Nehemiah. It says, so the war was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul, and the 50 and 2 days. Right? The month Elul. So now let's make sure. To the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 14. And the Lord stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work in the house of Jehovah of hosts, their God. I think I read the wrong chapter. Well, like I said, Elul, the 6th month. Etanim is the 7th month. Etanim is the 7th month. Etanim is the 7th month. As you see it in this calendar, 7th month. That's usually where we have the most holy days. You know, we get Yom Teruah, we get Yom Kippur, we get Chag Sukkot, and we get Shemini Atzeret. So we getting all those days this year. So Yom Teruah, Chag Sukkot, and Shemini Atzeret all are going to fall on the Shabbat day this year. And where can we find Etanim? 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 2. And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month Etanim, which is the 7th month. Right? So Etanim is the 7th month. We do, in our portion of Israel, we don't use the name Tishri. Usually, I think that's the seventh month on the Hebrew calendar that you might find at a grocery store or whatever. But we stick with the name that was given by our forefathers, which is Etanim. All right? Sometimes you got to go to basics. And Etanim means always with the article, the permanent brooks. The name of month, Etanim means enduring. It means enduring. So, Etanim, the seventh month. The eighth month is the month of Bull. Bull. Let's go. 1 Kings 6:38. 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 38. And in the 11th year, in the month Bull, which is the 8th month, was the house finished throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it, so was he 7 years in building it. So, Bull, as the Tanakh says, is the 8th month in the Hebrew calendar. Bull. The 9th month, Kislu. Kislu. Also, we find that in the Apocrypha, right? It says, then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter, and for a great rain. Let's go to another precept. Jeremiah 36:9. And it came to pass in the 5th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, in the 9th month, that they proclaim a fast before Jehovah to all the people in Jerusalem, and to all the people that came from the cities of Judah unto Jerusalem. So, some people do all those fasts. It says here, Jeremiah 36:22. Now the king sat in the winter house in the 9th month, and there was a fire on the hearth burning before him. Once again, the 9th month. Zechariah 7:1. And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Darius that the word of Jehovah came unto Zechariah in the 4th day of the 9th month, even in Kislu. So we could also refer Kislu to the Apocrypha. During the time of the Apocrypha, the 9th month was also recognized as Kislu. So just to show you that there are days and the names for these months in the Tanakh, all right? So that we don't be confused. So now we go to the 10th month in the Hebrew calendar. Tevet. So Tevet, the book of Esther, chapter 2:16. So it says, so Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus into his house royal in the 10th month, which is the month Tevet, in the 7th year of his reign. So Tibet is the 10th month. Tibet means goodness. Goodness. Tibet. Tibet. Next month, the 11th month, Shabbat. 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 Zechariah chapter 1, verse 7. Upon the 24th day of the 11th month, which is the month Shabbat, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of Jehovah unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying. So we see Shabbat, the 11th month. And Shabbat means a rod, all right? Shabbat means a rod. That's the 11th month. 12th month is Adar. Twelfth month is Adar. Now we're going to reference Esther 3:7. It says, in the 1st month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pur. That is the lot before Haram from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. The 12th month, that is the month Adar. Adar means glorious. So I just wanted to clarify that, bring that understanding to the people if you didn't know it yet, so that people will have understanding of what is it that we do, why we call certain months certain names, and why we do what we do. So everybody's pretty much quiet in the room, so I guess most of you know this stuff. But I had to do that for a person who left a question in the chat. And just to let them know that there's a reason for everything in this. There's name of months, so thanking the creator of heaven and earth for food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I'm just going to play one or two songs and then call it a night.
I'm handling things life throws at me. I can't complain, cause I guess that's just Yah's way of showing me how I should live life. Being humble and doing what's right. And I like to thank the Most High for being in my life. I want to say thank you, oh Lord, for treating me right, sticking with me through life, being there through it all. I want to say Todaya today for blessing me in the most magnificent way, simply by letting me know his name. And And though at times I may not show it, people around me, they don't know it, no. But you run through my mind all the time. But I'm sure you already know it. And that's why I've got to say thank you, Lord, for treating me right, sticking with me through life, being there through it all. I want to say, so die today for blessing me in the most magnificent way by letting me know his name. Oh,
I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. Hold up, bro, I'm here to wake your soul up. Vibrate your mind state and show up. Give it to ya. Make the wicked run and panic when I give it to ya. Lord statutes and commandments, I'ma give it to ya. Like Moses on the mount, when I shout holy truth, so the youth can't know what I'm talking about. No doubt, these wise words I saw ya brought forth to take a spirit higher. On the flip side, retire all fakes and phonies, cons and liars, all false messiahs, pretenders.
We got you, Rabbi Shalem.
Remember, y'all gave me the
May the Most High God be with your Ima.
refuse to praise his name and get burned by the flame. This ain't the game.
Ima to Kiefer.
The fighting skills to kill that Negro mentality. So wake up, Jacob, good Jehovah Elohim, reign supreme.
Pray that the Most High God will keep her
I bring it to you
and heal her.
understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. 1, 2. So tell me what I'm really going to do when the creator of the universe will come calling for you. Take heed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. Take heed. You the spiritual food that I'ma feed you. I bleed the blood of Abraham, original Hebrew. Here to stop that sin again. This ain't cinema. I don't rock with Jamie Foxx, but I'm that law-abiding citizen in God's holy nation of priests. I'm praying face in the east, teaching the truth to awaken the streets up to a life that is sacred and clean. Know what I mean? So you can pick up all you want, spread your hate, brag and boast. Most High got my back, God Jehovah's ever oath, aka Lord of Hosts, to whom all praises is due for life. Forsake his way and yo, you just might lose your life. I'm choosing right over the wrong. I bring the strong, representing for my Israelites. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. So what's the deal? Yo, people refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell the people how it's done. Make it hot like the day y'all created the sun. I like the bullets fired out of your gun to kill the wicked with it. People refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell them people how we do. Stop telling them lies, start teaching the truth. Or the next rhyme I write might be about you. Shoot the gift that's God given. Adversaries wanted us dead, you still living. Still instilling y'all's truth and y'all's children. To hold us back is to take a nation to millions. I'm down for the people, I'm down for the cause. I'm bound by the Torah, so I'm down by law. In spiritual war, mental sword I swing. I don't fear no man because I'm down with the king. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God.
So thank you, people, for tuning in. As much as I would like to remain here talking, I'm really tired. You know, the days are long now, so the sun goes down later, so it's less time for me to come on. And I didn't have a good night's sleep last night. No lie, I fell asleep. Last night, yesterday, I fell asleep 7 p.m., woke up at a minute before 11 p.m. I felt like I slept through the night, and then I didn't go back to sleep till 3 in the morning and had to get up at 4:15. So you could imagine how I feel right now. So I'm going to go get my rest because I'm tired. Spend a little bit of time with my family, talk to them. And I'm going to leave y'all to yourself so that you can spend some time with your family. They probably sleeping already. And you still up. You the people that can't sleep like me. So good night. See you in the AM on the d.c.b channel. May the Most High God bless each and every one of you. Shalom, shalom.